Hi guys, and welcome to my seminar 5 on agility drills. So today I'm going to look at the diamond cone drill. So I have one of my clients, Misha, who is going to perform the drill. So I gave her free rein on how she wanted to perform the drill. I just told her what direction to go. So it was every cone and back to the center cone, moving in a clockwise fashion. So the first coaching points we can see, Misha was moving a little bit slow, a little bit flat-footed. So the first point I gave her was maybe to go with the right hand on the first two cones and then the left hand on the second two cones, and maybe stay on the balls of her feet a little bit more. And that seemed to improve the speed at which she carried out the drill. To improve on Misha's technique then, we looked at maybe utilising a little bit of a lower dip into the position to maybe get more knee flexion where she could power up out of the bottom position. Now, as we already know, the stronger the athlete, the less time they need to spend on the ground producing force and producing that impulse. So this is what we're trying to improve on Misha. So the next piece of information we give her is to try and anticipate where you've got to go for your next movement and also spend less time in contact with the floor. When we see this, when she improves on this, her times definitely get quicker and she realizes where she's got to be in the next movement, which again reduces the amount of time she spends in the movement. Now we've improved again, can we encourage more power out of the bottom position while still maintaining the short amount of time spent on the floor? But to create that power and that impulse, we need a little bit longer on the floor with a wider step. Now we see this put into practice when we have sports players, particularly rugby, which is a great sport, to encourage change of pace, change of direction, and force production with impulse. Now, Carlin Isles is an American rugby player who was possibly the fastest rugby player at the minute, and we can see his explosiveness, but also the change of pace. Now, although he's blessed with speed and tremendous pace, he needs that agility to allow him to utilize the speed in a match situation. So he needs the short, sharp turns and the intelligence to know where to go and the anticipation, which is what we're trying to encourage with these drills. So when we have the cones placed, they are markers that either represent space or an opponent that we're trying to get to or get around. Now we can also use examples of American football where we have short, sharp turns of pace, which the player is also anticipating where the attacker is coming from, but he's also anticipating where, and he needs to have his head up also and have that upright body to allow for pace, change direction, and the drive for where he needs to go. And should he need to put any other alternative methods into action, he has that possibility and that ability to offload the ball should he need to offload it while still making that move pretty quick. So then we move on to the phenomenon Ronaldo, possibly the best player ever, in my opinion. We see how sharp the moves are, but also the anticipation of where he's moving. So although blessed with power and pace, he also has a magnificent amount of agility for a guy that size. So we look at how quickly and how sharply he's moving his feet, but also his upper body movement. When it comes to the cone drill, the upper body is also very important because we're trying to tap the top of the cone with the hands. So we've still got to be in control of our upper body. And this is something that, even though the ball is at the footballer's feet, he's still got to be in control of his upper body. And those arms still help with balance and movement. And should he need to palm a defender off or keep hold of the ball while keeping in possession, you don't want to let them defenders get too close to you. Should they get close, you want to keep your hands up and palm them away, which is another good reason for the cone tap with the hand. Now the anticipation side of it, although agility is pretty a physical aspect of it's also a bit of a skill. It's a capacity, but it's also a skill. So we've got to understand that not only should the body be able to move quickly, we've also got to understand and anticipate where we've got to go and where our body is and where the object that we're playing with, whether it be a football, a rugby ball, an American football. And also we got to understand and see where our opponents are. Now we look at Messi here. Now not only are we looking at Messi and his skill, I also want you to concentrate on his opponent. Now, having agility doesn't only apply when you're attacking or when you're the one in possession of the football. You also need to have agility when you're defending. Now, the attacker is in control of the situation when he has the ball, but the defender has no control, and obviously he's got to contend with the attacker making the first move. So you've got to be agile to adjust yourself so you can defend properly. Now, we look at Iniesta here, and all the other examples were strong, quick guys. Iniesta is not the quickest player at all, but his agility is quite superb, and it just goes to show you do not need to be the quickest or the strongest, but agility over 4 or 5 yards can be the difference between a top player and a very good player. And that is the type of training where we want to improve every athlete, regardless of their pace. We want to improve them to a level where they can be agile over 4 or 5 yards. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all soon. All the best.